Welcome back to SaiolrMotoTV. Today we'll be doing a huge digital upgrade to this tree bob right here. As you guys saw on the thumbnail, we are installing the Koso D2 new digital gauge to replace the factory gauge. I'll show you here in the screen in just a second. Obviously the digital stock gauge on these bikes, on the Softails, including the ST, gives you a range of information as you switch to the pages. This new one will offer a lot more. Now, to replace the stock gauge and install the new digital gauge from Koso, the Koso D2, we'll have to just remove the upper clamp here from traction supply. So we can get this out, disconnect the gauge, replace the gauge from here, put the Koso into the traction supply gauge pod here, put it back on the bike, and we should be rocking. As we open the box, we have, looks like a really good and ample set of instruction. I will assume this is also more like a manual. I use this manual as well, a guide. So it looks like it's gonna have a lot of information and images in there. And then you have your pod. Okay, so once we have removed the upper clamp of the risers, we start by removing the stock gauge. Once you have the 4 bolts in the back removed, then you start to just remove the unit out of the clamp, making it ready for the new one. All right, so we have to change this rubber grommet here from this digital pod to the other one. In order to do that, we start by pushing the metal studs out of the sides of the rubber gasket around the stock unit. As you can see, once you have the metal studs out of the way, you can pull the rubber gasket out from the sides. Then we are ready to start installing the rubber gasket around the new unit. Make sure the sides go into the plastic clamps on the sides. Then you can slide the metal studs back into their position and then carefully slide the new Koso D2 into the clamp. Make sure that you don't pinch the side so that you can maintain a good seal. Then we added a fresh mold drop of blue Loctite into the 4 bolts that hold the unit into the bottom of the clamp to prevent the vibration of the motorcycle later down the road from backing these bolts out. Same thing with the bolts that hold the clamp into the risers. Once you mount the clamp back onto the risers, make sure that your bars are back in the right position for you, and don't forget to plug in the wire into the new Koso. And just like that, we are ready to check out this brand new gauge. All right, so let's give the bike power for the first time with a new gauge on, and then we'll get to figuring out how to change the color of the screen and how to get the right setup going on. Does it work? Bam, damn, that's different. That's very different. That is very visible compared to the stock one. That's impressive. All right, so let me give you a quick run through on the Koso D2 on how to get into the main settings menu and how to switch to some of the screens and stuff like that. Again, the instructions do a phenomenal job on telling you exactly step by step how to set up the different screens and functions. So we'll give it power here. As you guys can see, I have it set on the green. I love the 80s and 90s vibe that the green and the red screens give you. So we'll go into the menu button here, and you have to be on the main mileage screen to go into the settings menu, and then you hold this button down for 3 seconds. Then it takes you into the settings menu. The one that you see blinking there, it's different categories of the menu. It goes all the way up to 8, and each one of them allows you to go into different areas of the menu. If we click this button once, it switches from the different numbers of the categories. So we'll go into the 3, which has to do with the illumination and colors and stuff like that. So we'll hold that button for 3 seconds again. And once we do that, it takes us on whether we want to set it up in automatic dimming of the brightness of the screen or manual. So I have it on auto right now, so I'll hold that for 3 seconds. And now it takes us to the colors. As you guys see, that's GR for green. We have the blue, we have a teal, and this teal looks a lot better in person, guys. All these colors look a lot better in person. I don't think the camera does it justice all the way. We have the purple, white, we have the red, orange, yellow, and the green that I am loving right now. So we'll hold it for 3 seconds and it should stay there on the color. Let's try that again. Okay, so it took us back into the number, so we'll just skip all those because again, you guys can do your own settings on your own product when you buy it from them. It takes us back into the main screen, and then I have been running the screen set up on the head temperature, the temperature of the motor. This temperature that you see here says 82 degrees. I have it set to Fahrenheit. You can set it to Celsius. Obviously, you can change the miles to kilometers depending on where you're at in the world. But this right here is an amazing feature to have on your Harley Davidson as you're riding, especially on hot days. And you can keep an eye on the temperature of the engine at all times. I'm loving it. One of my biggest favorite functions of the Koso D2. Alright, so as you can see, the green color looks very nice outdoors, even when it's sunny outside. Although all the colors are amazingly beautiful, I did notice that in the bright sun, the red and the green are the most visible ones. Now, if you guys see that I have the GPS running here, it's because I was doing a quick check comparison from the reading that I was getting on the speedo on the Koso D2 to actual real-time GPS, and it was right on point. If you are new to the channel, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.